Yukendoit's Further Adventures in Japan.
Hello, you wonderful people. I'm currently in the longest Shotengai shopping street in Osaka. It goes really, really far. And I think I've stumbled across the festival. Oh, there's a marching band. Oh, you cut this. The costume these guys are wearing is famous for a place that's out near Naruto. There was a big festival where they all dance. I think it's called the Foolish Dance. Everyone just kind of dance like fools. And it happens to be here in Osaka. Obviously, a lot of people came to just see this. I'm pretty happy I just kind of stumbled upon it, but man, oh man, this shopping area is just now crowded with people. You get bumped, bruised, and battered just standing here. I must admit, I really dig their hats, and I think their shoes are cool too. It looks very difficult to dance in. And not to dissuade from this parade, but there's a Confederate statue just standing right there. Colonel, we meet again. Is this not the most colorful building? I think it's a broadcasting center and they got like a kids world in there. Speaking of the most colorful building, this is a grocery store. And I don't think there's illegal Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouses over there. Other than stumbling upon a random festival, I actually want to show you guys something kind of interesting. Did you know you get to Universal Studios by boat out here? When I want to go to Universal Studios, I usually just go straight on the train that drops me off in front of City Walk because it's quick and easy. But if you find yourself out in Osaka, which is also where the Osaka Aquarium is, there's actually a boat. Whoa, that's a big egg. Now there are two services, one that's right behind the aquarium, which is right down that way, and then one that's by the park, which is literally behind the smallest mountain in Japan. Correction, it is the second smallest mountain in Japan, even though it is about a little over a meter tall. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, how could I get to Universal for free if I have to come here? Well, if you happen to have the subway one-day pass, you can get to Osaka for free, then take the boat to Universal and then come back on the boat too, and then have free transportation back because you have the one-day pass. And this is the park that you need to find, Tepozan Park, with the second smallest mountain. And a lot of people are out here sitting around. They're not just enjoying the park, it's because this is a breeding ground for Pokemon. Pokemon Go is still alive in Japan, everybody. Instead of walking straight to where the mountain is, which is right down that way, just go right over here and follow the sidewalk and you will see a boat past the seawall. That boat right there is not the boat you want to get on. That's the paid line to go to Universal. In case you do want to go on this boat, here's some visual landmarks for you. You got a bridge right here, you got the seawall right here, you got the giant bridge right there, and you got Universal Studios Japan. That's Minion Mayhem right there. And that's the boat you want to get on. If you were to ask me why is this boat free, I have no idea, but it is. Secret way to get to Universal for free. If you want to take a more leisurely way, almost like going to Magic Kingdom. And 2 minutes later, already here. That's pretty fast. Those guys really just whip into port. They know what they're doing. And then the cycle reverses and they go back to Osaka. The major drawback is I'm here now, but Universal's still all the way over there. Thankfully, they made a nice little map with Woody Woodpecker just showing you where to go. It's a roundabout way. You have to walk around the park, but hey, it's there. And look at all the Japanese culture you get to soak in while you're on the way. Oh, look, there's Mitsubishi. Wow. Wow, I can't believe that's here. This is the original well from The Ring. Some real Japanese history here. There's a flying dinosaur right there. You can see it actually unloading right there. That's how much room they have. It's really, really tight quarters. If you guys are booking a room for Universal Studios Japan and you stay at the Universal Hotel, be aware, this is not a hotel. It looks more like an apartment place, huh? And you might be thinking, oh man, I'm almost there after 10 minutes of walking. Sorry, this is for cast members only. This is basically the back of the park. So you can only come in if you work here. And this is also the final stop on this line. The stop before it is Universal Studios Japan. If you're watching this, you know, I don't recommend doing this on a hot day because this is really warm. Oh, post tonic water, you are very necessary right now. So good. Thankfully, once you see the end of the train, that means you can go up here and walk right into City Walk after you pass Minion Mayhem or Back to the Future. Adam the Woo was telling me that in Hollywood, the Back to the Future set, or ride, which is now the Simpsons ride, which looks very similar to this, that's where they shot the "Go ahead and jump, kid! Suicide will be nice and quick" line from Back to the Future 2 that Biff says to Marty McFly. Unfortunately, they didn't shoot anything up here. This is just a building. Oh, look at that. There's a little overgrown garden over here, right next to the facade, or the back of the facade for New York City. Don't tell anyone. New York and Japan is not real. It's just a bunch of supports. It's like seeing the streets of America in Hollywood studios. Is that too soon? Yeah. I didn't think I was going to get a behind-the-scenes look of the inner workings of Universal Studios Japan today. And look at that, there's a church just right behind Universal Studios Japan. I guess you can get married there. They're really big on American and European style weddings. Like they advertise that, like the dream is like, oh, white dress, cathedral, nothing to do with religion, just the look. Of course there is Japanese traditional bridal ceremony, wedding ceremony, but a lot of people are like, oh, I want it to be like in the movies. Maybe that's why Universal Japan does so well, because you can live the movies, except I'm sure someone gets married there. I don't know. Well, okay, we got people screaming over there. It's Hollywood Dream the ride, and all the hotels are walking right into City Walk. And oh yeah, there's one more thing. Taking this route, you also have to go up one flight of stairs, because if you keep on going this way, you'd go underneath the entrance. There's the roller coaster right there. But yeah, it's just kind of looking in the face like, ah, you're almost here. You almost got here. And if you skip out all that walking, oh, right here at the entrance. Wow, I made it to Universal Studios Japan for free. Whoa. I think that might have been a little more drawn out and longer than I expected. But you can do it. You know, walking all that way makes you really, really hot. Water rides here really don't get you wet, but if only there was a place that I could get soaking wet just to chill out, it'd be wonderful. There we go. That's an oasis. It's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. And yeah, that feels good. Oh yeah, after that walk, oh, I feel refreshed. And I smell better too now. Woo! Oh look, Santa Claus made it. Finally. I was wondering when he was gonna ho-ho come. That was the worst pun I've ever done. Well, people are definitely using this place as a park because they named it right. It's nice to be on the other side of it, inside the theme park, but right over there is where I started my adventure into Universal Studios Japan. I am pretty excited though, because in a couple of weeks, they are going to have cosplayers all around here. Speaking of something interesting, they're actually evacuating the flying dinosaur ride right now. Look at that. They have that little stanchion there that they can just roll up. That's crazy. If I was on that ride, I'd want to be evac right about there too, because it'd be better to be evac there than all the way up there. As the sun slowly sets over here at Universal Studios Japan, I'm reminded of some things. In just about a week or two, this attraction, Dragon Quest The Real, is about to be taken out, which This is a really unique attraction. It's live actors interacting with you with screens and actual like robots and stuff. And this is gonna be taken out for the Chucky, the Cult of Chucky haunted house. It's kind of a shame that they're losing it, but it can always come back. And this theater is gonna stop showing their JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Dragon Ball Z attraction, which is only here for the Universal Jump Summer thing. Seriously, this is the wildest show I've ever seen Universal put on. Oh, Minion Mayhem.
ミニオン候補生者にようこそ。俺らは人間をミニオンに変えることができる。開発当初は小さな不具合もあった。大きな不具合もあった。けど俺はこいつそうか。ねえ、バナナの匂いする。ほら、やめて。安全なんてマジつまんない。大事だよ。みんなミニオンになることはできるけど、うまくいかなかったらドッカーン。
Can't film in that ride, but it's the same thing as Minions, except it's in the Back to the Future layout. In fact, these were here back when Back to the Future was here, except they are repainted to look like Gru stuff. I'm not saying that I'm super upset about Back to the Future leaving, but I'm really upset. You know, it's weird. I didn't expect to find myself at USJ today, but I was in Osaka and I was like, hey, let me check out that boat that can get me here to Universal. And it works. It definitely works. It's a little bit of a walk, but if you wanted to do a secret way into the park, well, now you know it. And it's free too. And as I always say, guys, you can do it. I can do it. We can all do it. You guys stay groovy and have a wonderful day. Peace in the Mideast, yo.